All right, what's up? We're back with more of Avernum 2 Crystal Souls. We finally made it to the town of Almaria, so time to explore. The northern third of Almaria is a major Avernum army outpost and supply depot. As you pass this gate, guards check to make sure you are a soldier in good standing. Then, satisfied, they let you by. You find a small private dock from which supplies and soldiers are carried to and from the northern cities. Looking around at the huge warehouses, it is clear that Almaria is a supply hub for the entire Averni army. A tall, thin woman sits cross-legged in front of a brazier. Incense smoke rises from it. When you approach, she turns a serene gaze up to meet you. I am Miranda. Welcome. Were you meditating? I seek a way for peace and tranquility when all that is around is death. Is peace even possible? A dream perhaps unattainable, perhaps naive, but look around. Truly, what other dream is there worth having? Besides being able to seek one's life path in peace. The Empire is death to us all. Perhaps all people do is try to find ways to kill one another. I see it in them. I see it in you. I saw it on the surface. All I can do is heal them when they fall, in the hope that they gain some wisdom in their recuperation. She sighs and a half smile flits across her face. Heavens, I sound naive. Oh well. Miranda watches you calmly. She seems very peaceful. Strange, considering the tumult of recent times. You are the healer here? There are several. I am one who can heal with magic. I tend to the most severe cases. Can you teach me any of your rituals? Miranda is hazy and distracted, but she is able to teach you a few useful rituals. We already have bought all those, so not really needing any right now. We do have more herbs here. We should go ahead and spend some money soon, because I do want to get Moses some battle disciplines as well. Alright, who is the lowest on XP right now? I feel like Seraphina might be. We're definitely hitting that. Okay. Nothing we can grab here. There is a scarred, balding, and richly odored man sitting at the desk. He greets you as you enter, relieved to be able to ignore his papers for a while. Greetings, call me Captain Dirk. Are you part of the army? I'm quartermaster here. I look after the supplies and boats and stuff. What's a quartermaster? I keep track of what all we got here and send it where they need it. As you continue to speak with the captain, you can't help but feel that he hasn't availed himself of a bath for some time. Can I get some supplies? Dirk snores. I am no small town quartermaster. I deal with supplies by the tons, shipping them to the front lines. So that's a no? Leave my supplies alone. There are others who need them more than you. There is a very small woman sitting at the table, blissfully reading. She seems oblivious to your presence. You clear your throat. You do it again. She regretfully looks up at you. Ah, a soldier. Hello, I'm Abby. She returns to her reading. Can you help me? She looks up at you, somewhat irritated. I'm really quite busy. I'm sorry. She looks back at her book. I want to learn magic. So do I. It is difficult. So many interruptions. Abby stares intently at the words on the page in front of her, trying to indifferently continue the conversation and study at the same time. What are you researching? She shows you the book she is trying to read. It's from the surface. It's on Empire military protocols. The Empire maintains checkpoints all over Avernum. It uses the pass system to determine who can enter what areas. I know of red, blue, and gray passes. I'm trying to determine what the blue passes are like so that we could create a forgery. If someone could show me one of the blue passes, it would be a huge help. Can you help me? Any guess where I could find him? Any guess how I could find these Empire passes? Apart from the obvious technique of breaking into Empire outposts, killing everyone, and searching, I have no idea. I have a red pass. She shrugs. That is the most common variety. We gained the ability to forge those before the barriers appeared. I have a blue pass. Abby eagerly inspects the blue pass. She writes notes on a sheet of parchments, her hand moving in a blur. Yes, that's exactly what I needed. We may be able to forge the passes yet. If you could also find a gray pass, it would be a great aid to us. Sadly, it is the rarest sort. If it helps, a fellow passed through town a month back, heading up to Murtis. Name was Kalen. He said that he heard a rumor that someone up there had one. I also have a gray pass. Abby inspects the gray pass, but she's much less enthusiastic about this one than the blue one. Too difficult. Watermarking. Magic ink. Unless I miss my guess. The blue, we can forge. The gray, doubtful. Still, this is valuable information. I suppose I should pay you for your efforts. She takes a bone box out of her desk, opens it, and takes out a delicate emerald necklace. I was given this to pay off valuable informers. You've been very informative. She gives it to you. Our reputation improved twice because of that. Nice. Freed Blade Master. Okay, that's actually good for him. This one not so much. As you explore the storeroom, you hear something. Someone to the north cough. You look closer. There's nobody there. Something is wrong. You draw your weapon. Then you walk forward. Suddenly, the stillness of this dusty warehouse is broken. Dust flies and the air begins to shimmer. Empire soldiers start appearing at the north end of the warehouse. They were hiding there, cloaked in invisibility. It is a surprise raiding party, skilled and well equipped. And judging from the looks of irritation and surprise on their faces, they didn't expect a band of skilled warriors to stumble into them. Then there was one unexpected cough. The guards by the south wall call for help. The attackers charge, and you, as usual, are in the middle. To my surprise... Not to my surprise at all, I mean. Fortunately, we're pretty strong, so we can handle this encounter pretty well. Definitely make sure you rely on your own skills and not what the Avernite soldiers can do, because they're not going to be able to do diddly squat here or have much of an effect at all. The leader of the raid falls, you see he was carrying a small satchel slung over his shoulder. When it falls, several small items fall out of it, including a scroll. You pick up the paper and read it. It says, Adako, emerge at night, light fires, burn supplies, then come to safe house in southeast corner, dead end of valley, press stone, turn, press, enter. We will help you to flee. Has the Empire hidden a safe house in Almaria? That could be very dangerous. It deserves investigation. Oh man, I'm ensnared. No matter, we'll kill him. Sniper's belt. That would be good for my archer if she... Actually, no. Let's go ahead and put this on her. Just so she will have a boost of thrown missiles, even though she doesn't really need it either. Will y'all move out of the way? Trying to get out of here. Move out of the way. Come on now. I was just attacked by Empire troops in one of your storerooms. I know. Terrible, isn't it? We don't know where they came from. We think they must have been staying somewhere in the town, or that's where they were based. Any guess where that might be? I don't know, and I'm too busy to go look for it. The base wouldn't be in the north part of town, though. Too well defended. You've heard rumors of places like this. Avernum keeps magical creatures here, in the hope that they might come in handy in attacks on the Empire. The pens are unguarded. The contents must be able to defend themselves. Okay. We don't need to open it then. The secretary for City Hall snoozes gently behind the desk, almost totally obscured by the huge stack of papers before him. The etched plate on his desk says Duckworth. Excuse me, can you help me? When you ask, he grumbles and shifts slightly in his chair. Hey, wake up. He grunts, shifts in his chair, mutters, go away, and starts to snore gently. Whether he's exhausted from overwork, lazy, or narcoleptic, it's clear that you won't get any help here. A huge, bearded bear of a man sits at the desk of a table, unhappily reading a scroll. He would seem quite out of place in these lovely surroundings were it not for his mare's sash. He looks up at you. Ah, the honor soldier, envoy to the Monotai. The officials of Avernum have discussed your accomplishments at length. I'm Bevan, Mayor of Almaria. You are welcome here. I found some invisible Empire troops in the warehouse. Well, I heard, of course. I find out about all these things after they happen. We think that they were based somewhere in town. If you can find where they were hiding, let me know. How are you keeping yourself occupied, Your Honor? He puts down his scroll, picks up another one, and sighs. Keeping things running, staying out of the way of the military. That's mainly it. What are those scrolls? Communication. Now that the barriers are down, the cities of Avernum are in a frenzy trying to make contact and coordinate our actions once again. Only if we all work together can the Empire invaders be destroyed. Are there lots of soldiers here? Almaria is the safest town in Avernum, and the most central. Thus we have been commandeered to be the core supply depot for the whole army. He waves at the ocean of paper before him. It's a nightmare of paperwork, but at least we aren't under attack. He looks across the table at you. You're free to wander, aren't you? A wandering agent? You're probably looking for a mission. Bevan reclines back and watches you. You are a welcome distraction from the endless paperwork. He still seems out of place. The furnishings here are unusually opulent for Avernum. I am looking for a mission. Mayor Bevan looks somber. One of our more unstable mages, who went by the name Sixus, suddenly started to believe we wanted him dead. He disappeared. I'd like you to find him and make sure that he does nothing to aid the Empire. Do whatever it takes. What do I do when I find Sixus? We need you to do what it takes to make sure he doesn't go rogue and aid the Empire. If you have to kill him, it's unfortunate but necessary. I suggest speaking with Abby. I think she knows something about his whereabouts. Where is Sixus? We don't know, but we have guesses. I suggest speaking with Abby. I think she knows something about his whereabouts. Tell us more about Sixus. He left and he took lots of vital records with him. If the Empire caught him, it would be a disaster. Not to mention the harm he could do in his paranoia. We don't know why he went mad, but, well, it happens to Avernites often enough. We need you to either convince him to return or, failing that, kill him. Do this and you will be rewarded. If you accept, go ask Abby about Sixus. She knew him. She's somewhere around the supply bins. Won't be able to get in there. Can you help me? It's about Sixus. I need information about him. Her head pops up. Oh, you're going to try to find poor Sixus? Unfortunate fellow. Good mage. Not quite right in the head. Thinks we want him dead, so he packs up and runs and takes lots of secret stuff with. Odd fellow. I hope you don't have to kill him. He's very bright and secretive. You think I will have to kill him? I think he will force you to in self-defense. If you want to save the fellow, you will have to approach him very carefully. Did he leave alone? No, he took all of his apprentices with him. A real blow. Try to avoid them. If you meet them, they will probably attack you to protect their master. A waste. Bright and secretive in what ways? Secretive in that he wanted to build a hidden tower way out in the middle of nowhere with no help from anyone. Bright in that he did it. Magically, he's probably in that tower now. Do you know where his tower is? He never told anyone where it was, not even me and Bevan, his only friends. He thinks. Actually, he did say something. When he built his tower, he said that to get there, he had to take a boat north from Almaria. After sailing out of the great cave to the north, he would follow the coast around to the east, landing at some tunnel. He also said it was south of a chasm in a really isolated place. Hope that helps. She returns to her reading. Okay, so we have to find Sixus now. Hopefully, we're able to do that. You speak with one of the many soldiers stationed in Almaria. Only a few of them are here permanently. This is the major hub for the army. Soldiers and supplies are constantly traveling through here. They are a friendly lot, though many of them are green. Some of them are young and inexperienced enough to have never heard of you. You have a few friendly chats, but most are busily preparing to depart. You know, it's funny that Bevan was quick to give us a mission there, because if you remember from the first Avernum game, he wasn't really too keen on adventurers. And only gave us a task to kill Basilisk just to get rid of us, even though he still paid us well for it. But now, I guess, now that times has changed, he's willing to give our group here a mission. You reach down to pet a cat. To your surprise, it jumps away, saying, "Knock it off." You step back, surprised. It looks up at you. "Yeah, I'm a talking cat. Name's Dagger, like you care. What are you?" It spits. "I'm a familiar, okay? What's it to you?" "What's a familiar?" It stares up at you boldly. "It means I got no dignity. I follow Laura around and protect her, and I don't get any kind of say in the matter." "Who is Laura?" "My mistress. She's around here somewhere. Now, don't get me wrong, I like her a lot. She's as good a mistress as there is. But hey, any job that ends me up talking to knuckle knobs like you, that's a job I can do without." It walks off. It doesn't seem to like you. Really? That was sort of the impression I got, too. Arania Fangs. Rosemary, Almarian alchemist requires 3 Arania Fangs to complete a set of potions of considerable tactical import. A bounty will be paid to whoever can bring them to her. Message: the castle. You find a letter pinned to the board. It is addressed to Gilda of the castle, archivist and giver of promotions. Vonatai style. Captain Dirk, quartermaster of the Almarian base, is researching Vonatai crafts. This is to help with the development of new equipment for the Avernum army. He will pay a modest bounty to anyone who can bring one of the Vonatai cloaks to him. Fate of Caius. Several years ago, a warrior named Caius left Almaria for northern Avernum. His goal was to form a new city and empire in the underworld. We wish to know if he can be an ally against the empire. Should you learn of the fate of Caius, reported to Duckworth, secretary for the mayor of Almaria. Okay, well, we already know what happened to Caius. So, let's go to Duckworth. You wake Duckworth up and give your report about Caius. He grabs a pen, writes down a few words, and drops the pen, all of it without entirely waking up. No reward is given. You have to hope that word of your aid reaches the castle eventually. You give a Vonatai cloak to Captain Dirk. He inspects the material. Fascinating. We can make use of this. He pays you a modest fee. I will place a note on the job board if I need more. Vonatai graphs. Captain Dirk, quartermaster of the Almarian base, researching Vonatai graphs. This is to help with the development of new equipment for the Avernum army. He will pay a modest bounty to anyone who can bring one of those Vonatai razor discs to him. It must be a disc of the highest quality, not one used by their baser warriors. Okay, and we have just that. You give a fine razor disc to Captain Dirk. He inspects it approvingly. I wonder how long it will take to reproduce these. Very nice. I will make note of your aid. He gives you some money and a pair of crystals. Those are Vonatai work, already analyzed. Okay, so we got a piercing crystal and a wisdom crystal. So who has the lowest right now? Let's give it to Lazarus then. Okay, we can go ahead and sell these now. I think I need a wave blade as the last one, but I'm not sure yet. Or one quest, I mean, but I'm not sure. This woman has short, curly hair, and her skin is pale, even by Avernite standards. You would think that she was born down here, but she is far too healthy. She puts down the iron blade she was sharpening and greets you. I'm Shannon. Welcome to my shop. What do you sell? She waves at the weaponry surrounding her. You can buy all of this if you got the cash. It's tough getting good weapons and armor in these times, but we're clever. You said we're. Who else works with you? Well, Jay and I only came down to Avernum 2 years ago, but we were good scroungers on the surface and we do even better here. Think about lots of fighting, there's plenty to salvage. Where do you find your salvage? Scavengers search the passages around us for battlegrounds. Then they bring the goods to us. It's grisly work, but Avernum needs weapons more than scruples. I do have a few high-quality weapons pulled off the bodies of dead Empire troops. Shannon runs her stone down the table of an iron dagger. Is there anything else I can help you with? Can I take a closer look at your weapons? Shannon has done a great job of repairing the battlefield debris brought to her. I'd like to sell something. I don't need anything. Understood. If you need armor, please stop in next door to see Jay. There is a tall, skinny guy sitting behind the counter polishing his shield. He's really pale, like all citizens of Avernum, but not as pale as most. He even has a tiny bit of color in his cheeks. Hi, he greets you with a wide smile. I'm Jay. What sort of shop is this? Well, you can buy all sorts of armor here, and then if you want weapons, you can get them nearby. Oh, really? Where are weapons sold? Shannon sells them next door. Do you know Shannon? He grins. We came down into Avernum together. We were some of the last ones to do so, just before the war started. It was tough, but we're not going to be beaten. Why were you thrown into Avernum? My loud mouth, and Shannon's. The Empire can do all the foolish things they want, but talk about it and you get in plenty of trouble. Not an unusual story. Jay waits to serve you, smiling at you pleasantly. I am eager to satisfy any of your armor needs. I'm interested in buying some of your armor. Jay has high quality armor, mostly obtained by bartering with passing warriors. It's an odd mix, but well maintained. Okay, well, we already have the girdle of might, so we don't need that. I don't need anything. Alright, be sure to stop by and see Shannon. Rosemary takes the fangs, sniffs them, and nods. That's the good stuff. He gives you some coins and a potion in return. If I need more, I'll put a note on the job board. Rosemary, Almarian alchemist, has made it known that the potions she has started to craft are of great value, and therefore more Arania fangs are needed. Anyone who brings 5 Arania fangs to her will be rewarded. Rosemary takes fangs, sniffs them, and smiles. These contain great magic, it turns out. She gives you some coins and 2 potions in return. If I need more, I'll put a note on the job board. Okay, it looks like she doesn't need any more, but I think we can go ahead and like put these away now. We don't need it. Give her any more Arania fangs. There is a buxom, cheery woman with long, black hair sitting behind the counter. A long row of bottles filled with brightly colored fluid is arrayed before her. I'm Rosemary, like the herb. Welcome to my little apothecary. Potions sold and made if you have the materials. What's in the bottles? These are fine potions, carefully crafted from the produce of the underworld, which you may purchase from me. This is a time of great demand. Why is demand high? Almaria has become the main supply hub for the whole army. Everything they have comes through here. They're always needing new equipment and they often come to me. I'll buy all sorts of stuff. Rosemary watches you attentively. She is polite enough to not continue working while speaking with you. Can you tell us where you find your potion ingredients? She's still smiling, but you can tell from her eyes that she thinks that was a rude question. Now, a lady never reveals her secrets. May I purchase some of your wares? Rosemary's stock is small. The army buys almost everything she has. Well, if she does have elixirs, we could. I'd like for you to make a potion for me. Excellent. There are a variety of useful brews I am able to make. Each requires at least 2 different herbs. Most require energetic herbs infused with magical power for extra kick. Let me see your herbs. I'll tell you what I can make. Also, if you give me gray mold, I can make gray mold sap for you. Let's get a bunch of energy elixirs since I feel like... Ooh, what can you get? I don't need any potions. Pity. I don't need anything else. Then I will return to my mincing. He grins. Actually, I have a better place to store these in case we need them later. Actually, let me do this. We are still going to divide them evenly among my party, but I want to see how many total we have so far. Okay, that's about as even as it's going to get. We don't really need energy potions anymore. We're gonna have to spend some money soon because I think I'm close to the max here. Actually. The dresser is very dusty, and the clothes inside reek of mildew. It would appear that someone moved into this room, left some time ago, and didn't come back. Under a filthy robe, you find a slender, heavily worn book brought down from the surface. You flip through its contents and find that it contains writing in a magical script. The tome is a spell book. Most of the spells have been torn out, probably to be passed around and studied by others. One spell, however, seems to be potentially useful. Okay, we got a boost to haste now. We're just looting everything up right now. Interesting. Sat on the wall at the end of this long dead-end passageway, you notice an odd chunk of protruding stone. Remembering what you read on the Empire Raider's letter, you give it a light push, turn it, and push it again. The whole wall slides away. There is room to the north. You enter the concealed quarters. The fresh smell of unwashed bodies is heavy in the air. A bunch of people were living here quite recently, crammed into tight quarters. It's empty now. Whoever was here recently fled. This Empire hideout comes complete with magical booby traps, fed to destroy explorers. The demons that appear don't seem too enthusiastic about having to fight you, but they attack anyway. Boost to haste will also has a chance of giving us battle frenzy, which is really good. Whoever lived here fled so quickly that they forgot to clean out this box. The contents mainly consist of unpleasant dirty laundry. There is also a crumpled sheet of parchment with red trim. Okay, so another Empire pass. You enter a messy office. Papers and pens are spread everywhere. Ashes from burned papers cover the floor. Someone left here very quickly. The Empire spies abandoned this hideout right after you foiled their raid. You rifle greedily through the papers in this desk, looking for some valuable intelligence on Empire activities. Unfortunately and predictably, they were too smart. The place was quickly and cleanly stripped of information. Just as you're about to give up, however, you spot a sheet of paper on the floor behind the desk. It's a brief note. You read it. Denrius, our contact in Blosk is working very well for us. Information is being left with the statue. Just talk to it. Password, worms. I'm off for the raid. Wish me luck. Poral. Blosk is a major city to the west. A spy there could do a lot of harm. This information could be very useful. You meet a wiry caravan guard. A variety of weaponry hangs from his belt and shoulder straps. He eyes your gear and approves what he sees. He grants you a broad smile. Greetings, traveler. I'm Monty. Hi, are you just passing through? I'm heading on over to Blosk. You know, about 100 miles west. They have a need for good guards there. What's going on in Blosk? The Empire started attacking around there a lot since the barriers came down. They're starting to learn their way around the caves. Good place for a mercenary to be. He thinks. Just between you and me, though, if you go there, keep your eyes open. Word is there's some spying going on. They say that the Empire has spies in Blosk. That's just a rumor. That Blosk has a lot of trouble with that. Means they need good men all the more. Monty takes a deep swig of cheap ale. What else do you want to know? I'm not short on time. You join Monty at the bar and spend some time trading tales. A woman named Gypsy plays music and sings. Other patrons join you, including a mage named Laura. You receive several hours of actual peace and relaxation. It is a rare pleasure. You meet a short, round woman clad in the rough robes of a traveling mage. She's an extroverted sort, eager to meet another traveler. I'm Laura. Well met, friend. You are like me, yes? Another traveler. Where are you traveling? My familiar and I are heading back to the Tower of Magi. I want to learn more about the Vontai, and there seems to be the best place. What is the familiar? My magical animal companion, Dagger. If you see her, you can say hi. Don't expect politeness. She's not a happy animal. We have met the Vontai. They are a strange people. Oh yes, everyone's talking about them, but especially mages. A whole new people to learn about, to learn skills from. Pity so many of them hate us. Still, they're on everyone's mind. A soldier at Fort Emerald, he even claimed some of them were nearby. You don't happen to remember the soldier's name? A soldier named Brian. Ask him about the Vontai if you want. He claimed some were nearby near an Empire outpost. Although that's impossible. He must have been hallucinating. Why would the Vontai be consorting with Empire troops? Laura sips and smiles and sips from a small cup of Almarian wine. Care to speak of anything else, soldier? Can you teach me any magic? Alas, no, it is not a skill I have. You should go where I'm going, the Tower of Magi. It's the best place to learn spells. Patrick's Tower to the west is another prime destination. Where are you traveling? Okay, we already know. This woman has traveled from one end of Avernum to the other several times. She is perched on top of the stool, tuning her guitar. Instruments like this are extremely rare in Avernum. Hello, traveler, she says. I'm Gypsy. Nice instrument. My thanks, strangers. I spent a year making it on the surface. When I was thrown down here, they were merciful enough to let me take it down here with me. Traveling and playing is my life now. I just came over from Darman. Why were you sent to Avernum? It was for singing a bawdy ballad mocking the stiffs in power. Darman, where is that? Never been there? Big city, under a hill. Well, to the west. Probably the busiest place in Avernum. Why is it so busy? Never even seen people move faster in all of Avernum than there now. You see, the big front between us and the Empire is just north of there. Lots of action, lots of fighting. I'm staying away from there for a while. Want to live to keep playing. With that, she plays a rousing song on her guitar. You stand in trance. It's been a long time since you've heard surface world music. You spend a peaceful hour listening to her play before you move on. An immaculately groomed Nefer stands proudly behind an immaculately clean bar. He bows to you. I am Hermur. Welcome to my inn. His speech is unusually clear for a Nephil. Is this your inn? I own this inn. How I came to have it is an odd tale, but it is mine, and I run it with pride. You may buy my fine rations or get a room for a mere 5 coins. We are one of the few that sells the fine Almarian wine. I like to hear the tale. Rhiannon, or however you say that, a kind lady ran this inn before me. She took me in when I was but a kid, during the wars between your people and mine. She raised me, and when she died, may she find rest, the inn was left to me. People feared me at first, but they got used to me quickly enough, and now I own this inn. He waves proudly at the common room. Amar waits on you. He looks nervous as if he expects you to hate him. His kind is not usually welcome in human settlements. May I purchase some of your goods? Amar sells food for the road as well as the best wine in Avernum. I don't need anything. Safe travels to you then. Ooh, that's a conveniently placed armor elixir. Okay, so would go to Bloth and investigate, but let's go ahead and look for 6s here. I do need to buy some training though, because These soldiers are patrolling the roads east of Almaria. It's hard to imagine a force this small protecting locals from any sort of assault, but their presence is necessary to keep morale up. Alright, so let's hurry up on... and on back up to Stilvar. Buy some training. I know a guy here had it. Or not a guy, but a slith. And I'm also buying battle disciplines for them. So they can get access to, or I'm buying pole weapons for them too. So they'll have access to more battle disciplines themselves. Alright, now I wonder if the guy back in Fort Draco also had like stuff we could buy. And then we can move on here. Arden's Blade Master, nothing that we need. We'll just save our money for now. At least I have access to more battle disciplines now, though. Alright, in the meantime, let's head back to Stilvar. I really want to avenge Katra, but I'm still not sure we are quite strong enough yet. Because that is a Steam achievement, by the way, even though it's not an actual quest to do. Ooh, we can also give him the sugar, I forgot. Give Gary some sugar. We'll also drop off the uranium fangs at the storeroom that he said we could use as well. Items and stuff. I don't mean to go in, go out. Okay, so I think I remember where the tower is, by the way. The speech is home to is a home of a large group of massive fungal creatures. Each of the huge beasts is about 12 feet high. They approach you with hostile intent. Fortunately, they're slow. You could easily evade them if you wanted to. Now, let's do a good deed here and kill them. I'm not worried about the poison status effect because Moses is pretty hardy anyway at this point. Ooh, snap, actually leveled up from that. Search the corpses of the fungal creatures. One of them has a long sword stuck in the side. It was probably stuck there years ago, and the beast grew around it like a tree. It, in turn, survives the corrosive excretions of the creature's skin. It's a nice weapon. You take it with you. Ooh, steel broadsword. Nice. We could do that, and we could do the yeah. You find a nest of large pink mushrooms, each as tall as your knee. You recognize them. The spores have powerful healing properties. You could easily collect some spores. Okay, this is the Tower of Sixes, but what's over here? You find the ruins of a tower perched precariously on the lip of a huge chasm. You can't tell how long it's been there, but it's been crumbling for some time. As you get close, you detect a noticeable chill in the air. The rest of these tunnels are fairly warm, but long icicles hang from the tower's ramparts. Inside the tower, you find a lot of small ice puddings slowly slithering across the floor. In another room, you find a dead ice pudding. Someone has eaten half of it. You aren't sure what sort of creature could actually use ice puddings for food. Unsure that you would want to find out, you start to leave. Unfortunately, the owner of the tower is waiting to intercept you outside. Ooh, can we capture a cryo drake? That would be good. Oh, it resisted. It needs to be a higher level. Wow, okay. Oh, great. So, Cryo Drake needs level 3 capture soul, but a regular Drake can be caught with 2. So, that's good. Oh, forget that. Freaking charm effect. Now that the master of these ruins is dead, you can search at leisure, pausing only to kick a small, aggressive ice pudding off of your boot. You find quite a few trinkets in the surviving chambers of this tower, which can be bartered for coins. You also find a skeleton wearing a thick leather belt. Okay, good. Alright, let's go in here now. To the Tower of Sixes, but I will do this part in the next part. In the next part of the Let's Play, if I can talk. And I will see you all until then.